Boom, da da doom, da da doom, da da doom. My milkshake brings it on, and then like it's better than yours, and then like it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to try my milkshake. It's not a milkshake; it's a daiquiri. It looks like, but I just wanted to sing the song. It just felt appropriate to sing as you were pouring the pitcher into the glass.
I have a slight feeling I'm gonna drink all this by the end of the night.
Also, do you have a blender? Do you have a blender in your room?
No, I don't have a blender in my room. I just have the blending container.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say every week you surprise me. First it was the discovery of the mini fridge. Now you're pulling out a blender. Like God, like that man got everything in this room. All you need is a microwave and a goddamn table. You said,
I looked into getting the easy bake oven, but those don't really work. So, at any rate,
I can picture you coming out. Lucy's cooking with easy bake. Like, yeah, I got easy bake oven. So what, nigga? Fight me.
recording an episode, all yours, ding. You think I'm
Come
being
out, come out the joke go ding. Los come out and tell him to come back in the camera with a whole plate for the brownies. Type of stuff. They're ready. Oh my god.
You going decky? Well, I never go hungry.
No.
Just snacks for my fat ass.
Here's my chocolate surprise.
Kenny, shut up. I'm making a souffle.
Spit on that goddamn racket. I'm making a souffle. You sound like a super summoner whistle with all the goddamn racket. I'm trying to make a souffle.
I'm like motherfucking look dog and motherfucking don't be a business and shit.
Hey yo!
Yeah. Out of fucking line.
I can't get it together. I'm sorry. Oh, the tears have welled in my eyes.
All right, we're off to a good start.
All right.
So Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul, they are weighing in for their fight tomorrow night.
Sorry, two dogs were really like going at it. I was trying to figure out what the heck.
Oh shit, is a dog fight outside your house?
Relax. Relax. Battles.
Hear me out, right?
Oh, oh, horse.
What can we really say if they're two stray dogs fighting out in the street?
Well, they're not stray dogs, so that theory is irrelevant.
Well, there goes that idea. So
go ahead. Yeah, there you go. What you should have done from the inception of that joke.
I wouldn't hear me out first. At any rate,
there's nothing here.
So Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul, they're weighing in for their fight on Sunday.
Chad Johnson's weighing in for his too.
Oh boy, who is he fighting?
I don't know. I just saw it say weigh in. I was like, oh, he fighting somebody?
Oh boy. At any rate,
I hope he don't get dropped like Nate Robinson, because we will never let him hear the end of it. As much cash trash as Chad Johnson be talking on Twitter and social media, it's almost would be a joy to see him get knocked out, because he run his mouth a lot.
He backs it up in FIFA.
Yeah, but this ain't FIFA.
No, it's not.
This ain't that, and that ain't this.
It certainly is. So I mean,
This man, did you see him when he was jaw jacking the Dion?
that was fun.
Talk about, yeah, if he was in his prime, he was cooking because all he would do is press. And he was like, now, how do you know I'm a press? You know what's gonna happen? Your quarterback gonna come looking for me, and he gonna move you away from me. Like that is true. I was like, bro, I love Chad, bro, but Dion was strap Chad. Sorry, it's not like we talking about Randy here, okay?
Exactly.
Or
All right.
To. You know what I'm saying? It's Chad was good, but he ain't beat Dion off the line good.
My thing is, motherfuckers be claiming Darrelle Revis can strap up Randy Moss. Darrelle Revis strapped up and over the hill Randy Moss, and Randy Moss was still getting his man against Darrelle Revis.
I say, wasn't he still setting records for
1998 Randy Moss is putting Darrelle Revis in hell.
1999 Randy Moss is beating Darrelle Revis off the line with 3 steps, and it's not
less.
Like, I only gave him 3 because
go for the bump, and he's already burnt. Like this motherfucker Randy Moss already waved his arm before goddamn Dante Culpepper could say hike to let him know, hey, I'm open. And guess what? He was. So that is easy. Like there was that nigga was simply unguardable his first few seasons. Simply put, you cannot do shit about Randy Moss. So yeah, no. Like everybody is getting burnt by Randy. Everyone. Because nobody was even faster than him. Because he had longer legs and was still faster than you.
There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do with a motherfucker that is legitimately faster than you and has a longer stride than you. Nothing.
And most part probably jumps higher than you and a couple of you.
Oh, he most certainly jumps higher than you. And he's taller than you.
Yeah. What, he like 6'3"?
6'4".
Yeah, 6'4".
Like, you can't do shit about that. You simply can't.
Some people just get all the gifts of life.
Certainly.
Man, let me that 6'4" run like that.
I would love to see.
I wouldn't be here.
I'd love to see who Chad Johnson is fighting, so I can figure out so I can determine whether or not he's going to take this dub. Because we all know this Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul match is going to end in Floyd Mayweather winning by decision. I would love to see a knockout, though. Boy, oh boy, would I love to see a knockout. I would love to see Jake Paul's ass.
He's fighting some guy named Brian Maxwell on the undercard.
Okay. Well, I guess it's him trying his hand out at boxing. I don't know. At any rate, we're focused on the fucking Mayweather Paul bout. Are you gonna pay to see that? Yeah, me neither. So the thing is, I am absolutely 100% sure that there's going to be somebody gullible enough that I know that is going to buy that fight. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'll probably be there if that's the case. So,
well, you know,
I'm not paying for that shit. And if I don't go to that, if everyone I know is as smart as I think they are and they don't buy this fight,
that'd be a miracle.
Well, I'm just not going to see it. Or if I really want to see it, which I don't really, just going to hop on a streaming device and watch it illegally.
Allegedly.
Of course. Live via satellite, it is Gorilla Gang Podcast. I am Carlos Crawford alongside my co-host Kenneth Whitaker. This week, we are going to have a pretty frank discussion about journalism. But first, Pin count brought to you by Kiki and Co. Cupcakes and Desserts. Hey, listen, man. No, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna see what she's up to, because she's done it again. She's fucking done it again, Kenny.
Does she make brownies?
I think she does.
I would like a pan of brownies.
Like, Kenny. She's made alcohol infused cupcakes.
I would like some brownies.
I think she has brownies.
Brownies are one of my favorite desserts. I go crazy over them.
You really go crazy over brownies? I did not know that.
I go crazy over brownies.
All right, so listen, all right. They're mostly cakes. However, you can essentially get brownie flavored cupcakes.
I'm sold.
Said I'm sold.
Take my money.
Cocoa bombs, custom chocolate bars. Oh my. I love it.
Take my money.
Yeah, shut up and take my money. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. However, number one. So Brad Stevens really got a better job by not doing such a great job. And that speaks to racial nepotism in this country, if you ask me. Juan, who is an obnoxious Boston fan, claims that Brad Stevens did a great job, in which Juan is a fucking liar. And we did that already. So we cannot take anything what he said with a grain of salt.
Listen, seeing as how I personally could give two cares about anything Boston does,
Nothing.
I really don't even have an opinion on this subject, because Boston got eliminated and they got swept by us in the regular season. My NBA dreams are very satisfied right now.
That's what's up. However, Boston makes it to the first fucking round and gets kicked the fuck out.
After fighting for their lives to get in, that makes me happy.
Danny Ainge steps down as manager.
Good, because he ain't nothing but a con artist anyway.
Fucking whiner too. And they promote Brad Stevens to Danny Ainge's role. Now, my question is, what in the fuck has Brad Stevens done to even deserve that role?
And he hasn't won a title, right? No, he has not.
No, unless he was there when fucking Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Rajon Rondo and Ray Allen won it.
No.
What year was that?
Doc Rivers.
Oh, Doc Rivers was the coach, ironically. Another nigga that doesn't go deep into the playoffs usually.
That will change, hopefully.
Not if we can help it. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right.
So I just don't understand how or why this motherfucker get promoted to a higher position when all he's done is win coach of the month a few times, and
he's full-blooded Caucasian.
Ah, there it is. That's why.
That's why.
Like, come on. Like, one.
Honestly, and you might want to have your hand on the buzzer right for this, you can tell he's full-blooded Caucasian by the way that honker of a nose he's got.
No, actually. Very much ding. That got a schnauzer.
Brad Stevens' nose is to Antonio Inoki's chin.
Brad Stevens' nose is bigger than our noses, Kenny.
I mean,
like, goddamn.
I mean, damn, my nose big. I just thought it just fit my face.
Oh yeah, it doesn't negate the fact that it's big. I know my nose is pretty big too. I
That just
got
means
like a fat nose, like
that just
my
means I
shit's
can.
like a fatty McFatterson nose. Like my entire nose is fat, not just the tip. Like the bridge is fat too. So I'm very well aware of my features. I still look fucking good, so I can give a shit.
I just thought my nostrils were wide.
Brad Stevens don't look good with that nose.
Brad Stevens' nose look like it come in the ear. Damn, boy, no. Did you smell the sun come up with that nose? Sorry.
I want to say something. I want to say something like that motherfucker can smell breakfast from his sleep. Like
that nigga smell breakfast in Saturn. Damn, somebody on Saturn is cooking a mean pancake.
he can smell what's being cooked on Saturday from Thursday. So
that man can smell what's for breakfast in the future.
That motherfucker can literally smell what the Rock is cooking. All right. So I just, but main line is I don't know why.
Wait.
We know why, but like it just baffles me. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, I got another smell joke. He smelled the Emancipation Proclamation being written.
Yeah, we should have stopped before that.
We should have stopped.
So
I mean, it was funny. The concept was funny, but the delivery was
it was funny in your head, but when you presented
it was
the presentation.
He smelled past events is what I was trying to make funny. Okay, they all can be winners, ladies and gentlemen. Not like y'all watch anyway, so who cares? Bastards. Y'all not gonna criticize my jokes, and y'all not even paying attention to all the great ones we've had.
We've had gems. So one, he'll try to make the argument, but he'll just sound like a dumbass doing so. So like, and which he's already have.
Brad Stevens is a good coach. He won a lot of games for us.
But the thing is, he made me look like a dumbass in the process of him looking like a dumbass. And listen, Juan's face is very punchable. Like his face looks very punchable. Very punchable face. So it's like I just gave him a quick "I hate you" and kept it moving.
I hate you.
Fucking hate you, Juan. Fucking know it.
A lot of people had that same sentiment about that nigga. Not me. I'm still his friend. But I want to punch him in the face too, especially when he talks about Boston and those daggone Patriots. I really want to punch him in the face and talk about the Patriots. Whenever he brings up the Patriots and Brady, I'm just ready. I'm like fighting.
Oh, that's all he has to live on, the Patriots, because every other Boston team, for better or for worse, sucks. So, I So I guess he's gonna live that delusion of grandeur, that Boston is actually good. That's why they got kicked out of the first round of playoffs. They should have been in the playoffs in the first place. And so the world rejoiced, and that Celtic pack going up, the lucky pack, as people were calling it on Twitter. So yeah, I'm glad too. Like, who gives a shit about Boston, man? Nobody fuck Boston, but Boston. Boston hate each other sometimes. Not as much as Philly, but
people in Boston hate each other more. At least people in Philly, they'll help you get a sandwich. Boston don't care nothing.
Philly, they'll help you get a sandwich?
Yeah, they'll help you get a sandwich.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
No, it ain't.
I asked no questions when I went out to Philly. None. I ain't asked for directions or none of that.
I mean, you could have. They would have told you where to go.
Also, about to add, Philly looks like Northwest DC. That's another thing that I like observe. Like I was rolling through, Main Street, and that shit looked like motherfucking Northwest. We're
What
talking
street
about
was this?
fuck. What street was it?
Don't say Broad Street.
Nah, it was a little past Broad Street.
Hmm.
We're talking about maybe a block or two from Broad Street. But goddamn it, Broad Street looked like 16th Street.
Well,
All
right, whatever.
Philly is Northwest DC in my book.
Yes, there are some similarities, but it is not the same at all. In Northwest DC, they have steak and cheeses. In Philly, they have steaks. And don't you try to act like it isn't a difference, because it is, and you know it.
What's the difference, Kenny?
The difference is steak and cheeses are nasty ass steakums that we rarely eat with cheese on it. A cheese steak is real steak meat with the cheese on top, inside of the bread, and it's melted into the cheese. It's delicious. And if you debate me on this, I will personally find a way to your house and I will run your fade if you try to make it the same thing. Have you ever had a cheesesteak and then turn around and had a steak and cheese? Terrible. It's not the same thing. Very disappointing. It'll put you in a bad mood. I've done it.
I want to clog my arteries like that, bro. 1 meal at a time.
It ain't no difference between eating pizza and then turning around eating a burger the next day.
Yeah, it is, because you eating the same shit 2 days in a row. Maybe even 2 hours in a row.
No, it's not.
This cheesesteak that turn around eating a steak and cheese. How long does that turn around?
Pizza clogs arteries. Burgers clog arteries. Chicken clogs arteries. It's a lot of anything with grease and fat and fried and cooking clogs your arteries.
No, but how far apart in time are we eating this cheesesteak from the steak and cheese?
The next day.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Not the same hours. That's
crazy.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's savagery.
Unless you've gone to Max's and gotten the giant cheesesteak and ate one half for breakfast and another half for dinner.
Nah, I'm a one sitting guy, so
yeah, you can't eat a giant cheesesteak in one set.
Like me and the homegirl posted up at like the like fucking riverfront and shit. Watch motherfuckers jog and shit while we picked out. It was awesome.
Oh, how counterproductive was that?
People were giving us looks.
Like, y'all gonna eat while we run? Yep.
Y'all gonna run while we eat?
Y'all gonna run. And ladies and gentlemen, we might have found the episode title. Bong! Or knocked it out of the park. Oh my goodness. I love it here.
Now, continuing on with the pig cow, Terry Stotts is out of Portland, right? So what's the next step for Dame? Because does he stay or does he leave Portland? Like what happens after
he
this?
He leaves Portland and comes to Philly, and we give Portland Ben Simmons.
Straight up, huh?
Yep, that's right. I love to keep them both, you know what I'm saying, figure it out. Maybe we can give them Tobias or Seth Curry and Danny Green in a first round pick. Just give us Dame. Stop talking.
You're asking for a lot, all right? And I'm not one of those, delusional fans that are pretty sold on star players coming to their team. Why? Because we don't do star players. So
You do now.
we organically build them per se.
I mean, we organically built our stars. You know
Dominic Wilkins built. Josh Johnson built. That I recall.
Is Josh Johnson really a star though?
ISO Joe.
Is he really a star too, or is he just a
He
star?
has a nickname, don't he?
That don't make him a star.
What does? Star enough. Not a big star, but a star.
That doesn't make the nickname don't make you a star. Big Baby Davis had a nickname. He wasn't a star.
Big Baby Davis was a star.
No, he wasn't.
He was a star, but he was a star.
Carlos, you don't believe that. As you say it with your lips, you don't believe it. You're only trying to make a point which is not being made because it's broken.
Am I trying to make a point? Yes. However, do I believe that? Slightly.
If you do, you should not.
Enough for me to argue it.
That's a shame. The straws were reached to. Oh, what did you tell me earlier? Wow, you can fill a toilet with all that shit.
They can't be taking my jokes out, y'all.
I sure can, and I just did.
I'm not feeding you material.
You did it. You just did it.
I didn't do it on purpose. Shit.
Yes, you did. You just said debated Big Baby Davis' nickname had being a star. He only got that nickname because he was fat, not because he was good.
Big Baby Davis wasn't good, but he knew his role.
That don't mean you get a nickname.
Sure it does. It's like it.
You can't even think of anybody else. See?
Shut up. Thinking. Smoke King know it now.
I would like to remind you. I'm sorry. I would like to remind you that we have a show to finish, and the longer that you take trying to find a nickname that is not there, the longer the show.
So trust and believe. Oh, I'm gonna say it.
You don't have one.
Yet. All right.
Yet. Ever.
Y'all have motherfucking over 10 championships. Is that not enough?
Who you talking about?
Lakers and Celtics fans.
Oh, no, it's not enough for them.
Yeah, well, that's fucking greedy, and that's why I hate them. All right.
Yeah, those organizations are greedy. They've been greedy since the inception.
So that being said, they can fuck off on Dame.
Yeah, they need to get out of here.
Y'all take what y'all got, because y'all, the motherfuckers that y'all got rid of for upgrades, LA, they're still in the playoffs individually, and y'all are kicked out of the first round. So much for upgrades. Also, I gotta say this because turns out I was fucking wrong about putting out the inevitability. The Lakers are out in the first round, and it's anyone's game now. And you know what? I'm saying all this, but I think the recording has me not saying all this because it's frozen. I hate my shitty connection. I wish I could get better Wi-Fi. That costs a lot more than my budget allows. So,
and the great thing about that rant is I heard it. So there you go.
That low-key be fucking up the show too.
It does.
Gold that be getting dropped because of connection.
It does. I don't know, man. Phoenix looking like yeesh. I think it'll be a problem.
Oh yeah. But yeah, without the delusion of grandeur, what does it look like for Dame? Does he stick around and let this team be built? Because firing the coach is like the first step of rebuilding.
I think he sticks around for the rebuild. I think Dame grew up with that era like we did, where he watched teams get built from the ground up, and he's gonna want to stay. And he's like loyal to a fault, so he probably won't stay. Like it had to be like really, really bad for him to be like, okay, I want to be traded.
But then
My
now
personal opinion.
he's the face of Portland.
Exactly.
Like, I I personally, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't 100% know who else. Like your casual fan wouldn't 100% know who else plays for Portland other than Damian Lillard. So
And possibly CJ McCollum.
possibly CJ McCollum. That motherfucker better start looking for real estate elsewhere. Because
Man.
he let these motherfuckers down in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he's staying there for long. I can't call it. However, I personally think that he is going to stay. But if he were to leave, I look for him to go somewhere that is a missing piece of way. So,
Like,
I'm thinking possibly like along the lines of fucking what's the name of that team? Not the Magic. Definitely not the Magic. That team's snake bitten. Fucking who needs a point guard? Who is a point guard away from like a solid team that isn't a juggernaut?
New York.
Boom, that might be the answer, to be honest.
If we being real, the Knicks.
This may be the answer.
And maybe Denver.
Boom! That was the answer I was looking for. Denver.
Denver got Jamal Murray. They can move him at the 2 guard.
Exactly. So
Dallas.
it's like Dallas already looks pretty complete. I don't know. Let's let the series decide.
Let's let the series decide. Okay.
They're tied with the Clippers.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's another team that could use him. Because him and Giannis, woof.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scary combo.
And Chris Middleton at 3.
That is a scary combo.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they got motherfucking Dante DiVincenzo at shooting guard. If he's not there, move him there. Like,
right.
They be something. You know what I'm saying? So there's options. Is
Their
my
team's
point.
fun to go. Yeah, it's always options.
He has options if he doesn't want to stay. But I wholeheartedly think he's going to stay because, again, he's the face of actually effectively building around him. If he doesn't see that, I think that's when he leaves.
So. Yeah. But they gotta build fast because he's getting close. What, like 28?
Damn, he's still young.
Yeah, he's like 28.
I thought he was like our age or my age.
He right there. You're probably right at 30. That's what I'm saying. They better do it quick.
That's what I'm talking about. Like now let's yeah, he turns 31 next month.
Hell, he is older than us. Yeah, like, he better leave then. He ain't gonna win.
I don't know. Because 30 is a delicate age in the NBA because you're essentially in your prime at 30.
Nowadays.
But the prime is like, you're already halfway through that prime because realistically speaking, if you're a star, your prime is like from the ages of 26, 27 to 31, 32. At which at that point, your skill usually starts to decline little by little. We don't really see it until the back end of your career. You're like, he's getting a little slower. He doesn't do the same shit he used to do. It's not as effective as he used to do it. It's not, quick.
Right.
It's not shit like that. So, whereas when he's younger, those skills are still developing into his prime. So you're just like, man, he's getting better and better every time I watch this motherfucker.
Right.
Up until 25, 26, where he's just like, you cannot fuck with that player for a certain amount of years. You know what I'm saying? Every great's had it. LeBron's had it. Jordan started late. Magic had it. Kareem had it. Kareem,
all the greats have had that decline.
Kareem is an anomaly actually, because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was literally the same amount of good his entire fucking career.
That skyhook still did damage when he had them goggles on.
Exactly. So he was not only effective, but that motherfucker was dominant from his rookie season to his retirement season.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? That's a goddamn anomaly. And very few players are like that. I want to say Tim Duncan, Shaq. No, I lied. Cause
that later year Shaq, them later years of Shaq were terrible. After he left Miami,
started immediately after he left Miami.
Yeah, right when he left Miami,
it was starting in Miami. So,
yep.
Yeah,
Miami got that last little bit of drop out of Shaq, and then that was it.
There you go. Exactly. Now, last part of our first pin count. We are reaching full Californication. All that needs to happen is for Dallas to beat the Clippers, and there will be no more Californian teams in the playoffs. That being said,
that's crazy.
There will be a new NBA champion at the end of this playoffs now.
Yes.
And that makes the playoffs even more exciting because not only are the defending champs out, but all the juggernaut teams, except for Brooklyn, are out as well. Now, the reason why I tolerate Brooklyn still being in the playoffs is because the last time Brooklyn as a franchise won the NBA championship, I believe was never. So, no, like dead ass.
Yeah, I know.
I had a post.
And James Harden got hurt today too, so he pulled his hamstring.
Man, it is not looking good for those guys.
No, they still got Kyrie and Katie.
Girl, funny as shit. But
as long as KD is around, they got a chance.
But still, from the look of things, Milwaukee was handling Brooklyn or holding their own.
Yeah, they holding their own, and they lost.
It will. Well, so yeah, I would like to see anybody win the championship at this point because it's a brand new champion and it's not the same motherfuckers we've been seeing since essentially 2012.
Pretty much.
So I'm perfectly fine with that. However, number two.
I wonder how LeBron feels sitting at home after the first round.
They said LeBron in Cancun is like the little Jonah him like doing salsa. I was geeking. He's very good at dancing. That motherfucker too big to be dancing that well. He was fucking it up, boy. I was like, go, Brian. There have been random motherfucking WWE releases going on as of late. Braun Strowman, who was recently in a WrestleMania match.
WrestleMania Backlash match.
And was fighting for the championship at WrestleMania Backlash.
I'm sorry, Backlash. I'm not calling it WrestleMania Backlash again after that.
Well, we're here now. And I said what I said at this point. I might as well wear
Whatever.
it. He's been released.
Which
Ruby Riott
did really bother me. That bothered me.
Aleister Black has been released.
That also bothered
Yes, he was getting ready to start an angle. Who else is along that goddamn list?
Somebody else. Buddy Murphy.
My point is, they have yet to release Eva Marie, and I'm just.
Well, she just got back. You know what I'm saying?
She shouldn't have been back in the first place.
You don't want to see the evolution?
I will kick you in your nuts.
Damn.
Come out, man.
It's a bit extreme, don't you think?
Hey, Fupa is trending.
Fupa is trending. Why is Fupa trending?
Because Fupas go crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the podcast has become. Looking up Fupa on Twitter.
Y'all know what a Fupa is?
I know what a Fupa is.
Oh, the reason why one Joe has like a stellar body. Absolutely stellar.
It's 16th trending.
That thing is like that. That thing is thinging. However, she was like Fupa's out all 2021 when she barely, and I mean barely, buddy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. She barely has a Fupa.
She barely has a punch, right? So somebody was like, LMAO, women who do this are weird. You know damn well you don't have a Fupa. I said, fair enough.
Fair enough.
However, there's one Joe's like, love the Fupa dialogue, but most of y'all don't have Fupas like this. This is a Fupa. I said, that's for true. Yeah, that Fupa fooping, boy. Let me tell you something.
We sitting here looking at Fupas on Twitter. You know what?
Fupas go crazy. Upper fat area that keeps the pussy from getting cold. Used as a headrest during pussy eating. That is.
I read a definition. I can't.
Notorious for definition too.
I can't. Whoa.
Ski woe me. So. So yeah.
He said. Gotta drink some water. It's getting hot in here. Oh yeah.
And got distracted by Fupas. Goddamn.
Andrade was on AEW.
Yes, he was.
What do you think about that?
I mean,
inevitable, yes.
Yeah.
Excitement level.
Oh, let's continue this number. All right. Well, they had recently released Samoa Joe, Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, Ducky, Chelsea Green. Damn, they released Chelsea Green? Well, she is injured all the time, but still, damn. Damn, they released Jessamine Duke?
Whoa, when they released Jessamine Duke?
I don't even know.
I just saw Jessamine Duke on Up, Down this week.
Right.
They better not release Jessamine Duke.
Vanessa Bourne? Really? Kavita Devi? Damn, that's tough. I had high hopes for Kavita Devi. She was going to be the female giantress. This is gonna be dope. But yeah, Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, that Adnan Vert commentator guy, he didn't last long. Tom Phillips, he lasted a while.
Yeah, he was there for like 8 years.
Lana,
That's the other one I'm thinking about, Lana.
Murphy.
Hey, yo, Lana went crazy on Twitter. She was like, I just want to take this moment to thank and acknowledge my husband, to be Miro, as the AEW TNT champion. And this man Miro responded, yeah, I was wondering why you didn't mention that. I wear the title to bed every night. It's like, yo, that is perfect for now that she's a free agent to do that. That is beautiful. I love it.
We love it. And then Santana Garrett, which, hey, I kind of care less because, yeah, Trump supporter. So,
Jesus. What if we find out if all of these people that were released were Trump supporters?
wow, what an asshole. So, I don't know.
What if we find out all these people were Trump supporters? How would you feel about all of them?
I'd probably have to stop watching wrestling by integrity.
Oh. Well, I won't spoil it. But I have no idea. I have no clue. I don't know if they're Trump supporters or not. I just wanted to be a jerk.
Well, yeah. What to make of this? I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. I'm hearing that Vince is trying to make room for a Disney buyout. I don't know the logistics in that. However, that would kind of suck because I'm kind of getting tired of Disney owning every fucking thing.
You know who Disney is, right?
Hmm?
You know who Disney is, right?
Very well aware.
Disney is Thanos. They got the Infinity Gauntlet. They got everything.
I hate it. I hate it.
They got ESPN. They got Marvel. Got Star Wars. They about to have WWE. It was something else they owned. I can't remember that. Like people really like. I can't remember what it was. But you ever seen that meme with Mickey with the Infinity Gauntlet on, putting another ring in that? He got one more left, nigga, in his WWE.
I don't like it one bit. I hate it. I hate it. So, yeah, man, that would be that bullshit because I can't imagine WWE being a Disney product because you know they're going to like change, restrictions and rules, regulations, shit like that to make it more family friendly. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm getting tired of fucking family friendly shit.
I'm gonna say WWE already doing that family friendly stuff.
I want that Raw.
No pun intended.
Yeah, right.
Whoa, you did. Whoa.
I need the drugs for my generation. Don't take the fall. That's the air I need, baby. I need that.
It's the ball and the loss into the beat. It is over the loss into the beat. It is over the hands into the beat.
I need a time where theme songs had lyrics in it, but you had no fucking clue what they were saying. Those are the best songs. All right. So,
and along with that, I need the
we're canceling Marilyn Manson. Actually, that has been out of control. Actually, so
I still like that SmackDown thing.
Fair enough, it does slap. But
what's that other one? I'm standing here. Was that SmackDown or was that ECW?
ECW, I want to say.
still standing here. That's terrible. They had a great song for East W and messed it up.
Not gonna be there, not yet. All right, that's enough. So
What's another SmackDown song? Okay, come on. We do this all day.
yes, we can, and it's almost 11:30.
Yeah, that's what I said. Never mind. Keep going.
So all right, that makes sense. Number 3. Well, let's discuss journalism real quick, right?
I gotta look up SmackDown songs while we talk about journalism. I'm sorry. I'm still here.
So like, here's my issue, right? With journalism, the thing is, as a journalist, you're supposed to keep up a level of integrity that you. All right, yeah, certain level of integrity that you're supposed to have as a journalist. And what bothers me about it these days is the sense of sensationalism that they're trying to get out of these athletes. Like, for some odd reason, they've tried to low-key make Naomi Osaka kind of look like the villain in all this. And that bothers the hell out of me for the simple fact that, this was just a simple request. Like, how she went about it wasn't, the right way, because they didn't, or she didn't notify them or anything like that. She just kind of came out and said it. But still, it's like that rules or not. Would you want anybody to, like, and God forbid, off themselves because of that pressure? Like, do you want to be responsible for that? I'm pretty fucking sure you don't. So it's like, you don't know how mentally tough these athletes can or can't be. We're not at a point in time anymore where you can say and do racist shit and get away with it because they gotta just sit there and take it because it shows a level of class. Like, no, fuck all that noise. It's 2021. If assault charges got to be dealt with, they got to be dealt with, as long as you learn a motherfucking lesson. And that's what it all boils down to.
Right. Because I had an interest in journalism, and nowadays what these journalists do, man, is not right to these athletes. Like we was talking about, like, they go through a lot of pressure with that stuff and winning. Like, because it's always a pressure for them to be the best, and always pressure for them to be number one, especially for Naomi when she beat Serena. That put her she beat her twice, and that put her on the level of, like, yeah, you the next one, and all that pressure. Tennis, what people don't know about tennis is a really harsh sport to be a part of. Like, you think the media here in America is bad? They go all over the world. They go to Australia, they go to France, they go to England for Wimbledon. In England, buddy, they love to rip people there. They get joy in it, especially Americans.
Well, England thinks they're better than everybody.
Exactly. And we are the birth child of England. So what does that tell you about us?
And we think we're better than everybody.
So what does that tell you about us? You know what I'm saying? And for her to be like, yeah, I'm not with this. And if she would have stayed in there and done what she's doing, they would have kept fighting her. And them athletes would have been after every show. Are you going to speak to the press today? You're going to speak to the press today? Why are you not speaking to the press?
Before she actually does press. And again, that shit ain't cool. And then you have, your people on Twitter, they're, she's getting paid millions of dollars. Bro,
it ain't about the money when it comes to
fucking everything.
It ain't about the money when you come to your mental health. Some of the richest folks are lonely and kill themselves.
Exactly. Money is not going to always make you happy. It doesn't mean everything. And just because they make all of it doesn't mean that they should be happy. Just because your broke ass don't have shit and you think money is going to change everything for you, like, full stop. No, that's not how this works. I'm sorry.
Money will only help if the person's soul is whole and intact.
Exactly.
If your soul is not whole and intact with money, then you're just gonna
you'll never be happy.
You'll be lonely and probably more depressed because you think you could just once you run out of stuff to buy to make you feel better and the stuff don't work no more, what you do then? Because it's the pleasure of having money is gonna run really quick.
Exactly.
If anything, money just intensifies your problem because now you got family members that you never even heard of. Like Eminem says, now I'm finally allowed to step foot in my girlfriend's house. Everybody's inviting me over to supper. Now, son, I got 90-some cousins. I had a brother and sister that never seen me or even bothered to call me until they saw me on TV.
It really did be like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to hold, these athletes to a certain standard that you don't even hold yourself to is already fucked up within itself. Let's start there. You know what I'm saying? That's something you have to start with unpacking right there. The fact that, motherfucker, you probably work some, ridiculous fucking job doing God knows what. And one would say, somebody that's making less than you will probably say, well, you're making this amount of money, shut the fuck up about your job. You don't get to complain about it either.
Right.
And you'll probably be like, man, fuck you, because this job's hard, right?
Correct.
Right then, keep that same energy for these fucking athletes, bro. Right? That's all we ask for. So, unless you're one of those Johnny Brown noses, in which, man, you can just shut the fuck up.
No one likes a suck up.
Exactly. And if you're a suck up, you have no opinion.
Mm-hmm. All these athletes request from us is the same God-given right that all of us ask for.
Treat them like fucking humans.
Respect our privacy, and treat us like human beings.
Respect their agency. And that's the problem with this world, bro.
The same way that you're willing to listen. Go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a lack of respect of agency.
Yeah, the same way that you're respecting your friend's ability to vent and you listen without trying to correct them and give them a solution, it's the same way you should listen to somebody else that's a famous athlete when they're telling you that you're putting a lot of pressure on them. And they don't want to seek and listen to that pressure because pressure and stress with anxiety will kill you. If you want proof of that, look up Kurt Cobain.
I would say more along the lines of like stress-induced heart attacks and shit like that.
Same, well, yeah. So, different journeys, same result. A heart attack can kill you, so can a gunshot to the head. I mean, I'm only saying there's no way to correct it. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm just trying to put it in perspective that mental struggles can kill people. Okay.
God damn, dude.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Make dark.
Shit, mental health can be dark if it's properly managed.
Fair point. Yeah.
You went down this road, Carlos. You drove the vehicle down the alley into where we are. So here we are.
I simply cannot tell you to roll the window down. Like, you just got to do it for yourself.
Even if I don't roll the window down, it's a high probability something's going to come through my window in this house.
A cicada, maybe. So
that's bad enough. Cicadas cause stress for everybody. Oh my God,
it's cicada. Yeah, I always be getting scared of cicadas. I be getting pissed off. Like,
listen, I literally killed. Listen, driving with your cousin there, I literally killed like 3 cicadas on this windshield.
Yeah.
Splat.
I don't like how cicadas got this thick ass blood viscosity.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Like, these motherfuckers splat on the goddamn windshield. They leave a loogie of a mark.
And yeah, I'm like, ugh.
the wiper fluid to clean it off, and the windshield wipers to clean it off.
It just gets stuck.
It's just leaving a smear. Now you gotta go to the gas station and use the
You squeegee and clean it off. You gotta put some elbow grease in it.
Like, fuck that. I don't like that at all. Why is y'all niggas blood so thick?
Because they only around. Because they only come every 17 years. So
these motherfuckers their main function is to come from underground every 17 years and go back underground and die. Actually, and die.
And die while they're out procreating.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, I seen like 5 pairs of cicada wings on the ground in like one section today. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, nah, I can't get down with that. However, that was our pin count for the week. I will say bottom line for journalism, like there needs to be a connection of sorts that needs to be remade between journalists and reporters and athletes. And sometimes these athletes don't want to talk about, how they lost. Why would you? Would you want to talk about how you took a motherfucking L? No. So why would you hold them to that standard? Because of professionalism? That's ridiculous.
I miss the days of back in the days, right? When we had your Stuart Scotts, your Rachel Nichols, who's still doing it, by the way, and she's awesome at it. You know what I'm saying? You had your your Mike Wilbons, the ones that ask tough questions but are fair with the athletes. You know what I'm saying? And their point was to get a good story that people will watch, not pretty much now what they call days clickbaiting to get you to read.
Wilbons that good of an example, because you remember what his comments about John Wall were.
You Michael Wilbon?
Huh?
You said who? Michael Wilbon?
Yeah.
I don't remember his comments about John Wall.
But it's a lot like Colin Cowherd with his comments about Sean Taylor after Sean Taylor was murdered.
Well, Colin Cowherd is just...
I'll never fuck with Colin Cowherd off the strength of that. Like, calling this motherfucker a thug, and he essentially deserved what was coming to him because of the lifestyle they live. It's like, man, fuck you, dog.
But even with that, like when he changed his lifestyle, you can't keep putting that on people. That's the thing. Like, you gotta do your research. Like, people did the same thing to Vic. You know what I'm saying? The media loves to like turn out black athletes. They just love it. They wait for the moment where a black athlete fails, and they're like, oh, that's why I was sad when I saw the last thing about Pac-Man Jones. Like, he had been out the league for a while, and he did something. Like, Pac-Man, you were doing good too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The only time you hear about Pac-Man Jones is when he's in trouble now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you haven't heard from him in a while.
Which is a good thing. It was like a month and a half or 2 months ago now, probably, when I heard something about Pac-Man Jones. I was like, Pac-Man.
Oh, damn. Was that recent?
Oops. Yeah, it was happening. He like got arrested for something. It was something minor. I think it was, probably like I think it was like a DUI or something like that. But with his past, they'll eat it up. They get Pac-Man again. I'm like, he don't even play like, he don't even play anymore. Leave him alone.
Exactly. So it's like, like these journalists, they paint a picture about these athletes. I'm trying to keep it as neutral as possible, but I honestly don't often see them bashing a alabaster.
Yeah, well, the only one I can really think about that they really got that kicks off was Johnny Manziel.
That's probably the only one. And which, even then,
they still was like, Johnny needs help.
All right, bro. Like, let that have been a black player. God would have. He's not focused as a player. Blah 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 blah.
He's too busy doing other things.
Exactly.
I just don't think he's serious.
Exactly. And there's only a certain set of people that can peep that shit, but there's another set of people that are in denial about it because, again, it's A, not something they care about, or B, not something that they can even fathom from a
Is it
psychological standpoint.
is it fair to say that they're stuck in oblivion? Yeah, yeah. Oblivion, yeah, yeah. Oblivious.
It's just oblivious
Oblivion, yeah, yeah.
to, look at something and be like, that's not true. When shit's happening right in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you're only denying it because you don't want it to be that, but it is what it is.
They
And
traveled down that long river in Africa.
all right, that's enough of you song dropping.
Sorry.
What is your problem this evening? Also, ooh.
What is wrong with you? So what? You song drop every week and I can't do it twice?
Like back to back, bro. Like, however, I also love Africa, so there's that.
You did it back to back.
Final thoughts?
I got my first dose of the vaccine. Not gonna lie, I was terrified to get the first shot because it's just like, awkward. And the whole time I was just thinking Tuskegee, Tuskegee, Tuskegee. And I was like, you know what? A wise man, a friend of mine told me that it's that same mentality that keeps us victims. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I need to do because I got a almost 80-year-old uncle that needs me and I need to be over there as much as I can. So I'm gonna do it.
My thing is that I am not going to fucking argue with somebody that went to school for this shit. Like how much of a dumbass can you be to think you're smarter than a motherfucker that has actually educated himself in passing fashion, my ad, because that has to be done in order for you to be able to be certified to do that. In order to do these things, the R&D, these research and develop these vaccines, even if it's for a temporary order, they have to make sure that the shit works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you'd just be absolutely fucking stupid to rush some shit that you don't even know works or not, and just like letting the risk happen. For all that, you're better off just not having a vaccine and having more motherfuckers die from this shit.
Right.
Like nobody does that logic because they think this entire world is one big conspiracy theory, and bro, it's not. It isn't. It's not one big conspiracy theory. The world is not out to get you. So I'm told, at least.
That's the problem. A lot of times people believe what they told and don't want to do research for themselves. That's the problem. If people would use the handy dandy Google that we have been so blessed to have, you can do your own research. Now, I'm not gonna argue with somebody that has done their own research and has chosen not to get the vaccine. It's like, have you done your research?
People research things with a confirmation bias. That's the first problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll ask questions, like they'll Google questions to confirm their beliefs, and they'll look for results that confirms their beliefs instead of asking, a split down the middle question.
Correct.
What is the, what is the contents of this vaccine, or what does this vaccine do? How effective is it? Questions like that. These are honest questions that will provide honest answers. If you asking questions like, is this vaccine going to give me this, that, and the third because you believe it's going to give you this, that, and the third, then yeah, you're gonna get a couple of crackpot websites that aren't, official websites, and you're going to just take that and run with it. And then you got to double down with it and legitimize a website that obviously isn't legit. And you just just look ridiculous doing it. You really do. Like, and calling us sheep is ridiculous because how can we possibly be sheep when you the one following motherfuckers claiming that it's not true? I mean that the vaccine doesn't work or anything like that. Like everybody is pretty much like, all right, well, let's get vaccinated with this shit so we can go on about our fucking lives. A lot of people don't really care that they have to get vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? It's a means to an end, and the end being getting the fuck back outside. And that's all folks want to do is get the fuck back outside. But how the fuck are we going to do that if you got motherfuckers out here just not trusting shit and they just still out here unvaccinated, possibly having the virus itself, and just with a complete disregard for others? And that's what it all boils down to. You don't give a shit about yourself. Like, these acts are just simply selfish, and I don't understand how people don't understand that these are selfish acts. Like, all you care about is yourself.
Because when
that's
people,
a problem. And you're a part of the problem if you care about only yourself.
Because when people only care about themselves, they can't open their minds to other people. That's what the definition of selfish is, pretty much. And
we don't need that right now, bro. Like,
we don't need it at all. Actually, not just now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not being selfish about progression, right, and being selfish about your self-help, you know what I'm saying, your mental health and the things that can help you improve as a person, then the selfishness is not needed. It's only if you're being selfish about your progression in life and you're really trying to like focus on you so you can be a better person for the world or yourself and find joy and peace, then fine. But if it's not about that, then you need to know how to love people. That's the problem. We don't know how to love people. In a time where people need desperately the most is love and support, we're given anger and narcissism.
Exactly. And if you're going to do business for yourself, make sure it's not affecting everyone else, if not affecting anyone at all. That's why it's more respectable when people are selfish to a certain extent, and that extent being that nobody is going to be hurt, is going to really get hurt from it, or nobody's going to be in any harm for it. You're just looking out for yourself for peace of mind. And that can range from, friendship and relationships, health, like a diet and shit like that, what you eat. I don't bash a motherfucker for not eating McDonald's. I get why you don't eat McDonald's. I'll eat McDonald's because it's convenient to me. And I eat out of convenience. Why? Because there's not enough time in the day anymore for me to sit down and do shit.
And don't bash those that still eat McDonald's because you don't.
Exactly.
You ain't them and they ain't you.
You know what, man? I'm going to go ahead and piggyback off you as my final thought for that, too. So, bring it on home.
Oh, with that being said, my name is Kenneth Whitaker, aka Hands Solo, the original other millennial Falcon. I don't have a line for that. I just... Yeah.
23 skidoo, 24, 25. Yes, that's it.
AKA the last Black Jedi. Madness can sometimes be the path to the truth. Uh-oh. Did you hear that?
Nope.
Okay. AKA last Black Jedi. Madness can sometimes be the path to the truth. That's a Jedi mind trick for your ass. AKA Lamar L. Jackson. Why'd you bump into me on the screen? It's the opposite direction. Don't you see the contain? Mike, watch the mic.
I can't see the star corner anywhere.
Yes, it's a safety blitz, and I hope they burn in hell.
That's reasonable.
Blitz. Touchdown. AKA Mr. Go Slick Vodka. If you're not in this class, get out of this class. Fogo. Hi.
No! Your man was chopping it up and didn't even realize she was talking about cuz, dog. She looking directly at your man and he's still chopping it up. She had to go, Fogo, hi! Even if he had to stagger out a little bit.
Yeah, that's hilarious. AKA not your man, I'm a savage. Ooh, yeah. See, the one thing I always respect about you, Mean Gene, is you don't let anybody put you down. Yeah, but you need to understand that the Nacho Man is not just anybody, Mean Gene. The Nacho Man will take that mic you got in your hand there and knock it upside your head, similar to Roddy Piper did Jimmy Snooker with the coconut, Mean Gene. Because sometimes Nacho Man just has a little bit of aggression he has to let out. Yeah, but the one thing the Nacho Man never does is he never let a thought control his emotions, because once you let a thought into your mental space and your emotions, they'll have you doing all kind of crazy twitches and hand movements and gestures similar to the ones I do on a daily basis. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nacho Man, I'm a Savage, live from the streets. Where are we? Back to you, Bobby.
Who's copying my mannerisms? Yeah. Oh my goodness. AKA very sexual. The very tight.
Very toy dash.
Austin Powers Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
Dad is Faja.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to travel through time. I bid you adieu. Oh. Not on. Time she's not on, huh? You think you could? Yeah. Oh man. That man punishing that. Don't drink too fast. You can get a brain freeze.
I mixed that strawberry colada with 2 bottles of pineapple coconut buzz balls.
Oh, this man over here. Every day we lit.
You know the fucking vibes?
You already know.
The fact that you had that handy is so hilarious.
Yeah, man. Let's see how quickly I can get through this through my case. I am bringing it home. My name is Carlos Crawford, aka talking shit and hiding behind Diesel. It's Chin Music Charlie, aka Thick Flair. I'm gonna take that bodacious brunette with the wildest yeeks in the world and make her mine. Woo! AKA Snack Miller. Too drunk for sex, I might pass out early. Just keep it wet and I hit it in the morning. Glory. Free falling 43 stories. Cordially sipping 40s. Hooked up the morphine.
Ooh, I know what song that's from.
Kidding?
In the morning. You introduced to me when we rode together in Delaware. Yeah.
God damn, I love that song.
Me too. Thank you for that.
AKA. Now coming up the bat, Ken Splifty Jr.
Oh, it froze when I was going to give my comment. I didn't hear it.
I swear to God, I'll run this shit back. AKA. Now coming up the bat, Ken Splifty Jr. Spliffy Jr. is 2 for 3 today, and make that 3 for 4, a 3-run shot out the left field. He's smoking literally and figuratively today.
Love how high it gets, Bob. That's a natural one.
And Upper Decker indeed, AKA the Idiom Savant. All right, Kitty, it's time to hit the sack, bro. Late, dude. It was midnight.
That is the idiom. Yes. Hit the sack.
Bring it on home. AKA Haystack West. No way. Mama, I got the list right here. Look it. That list don't mean nothing. I don't buy it. No way Rooster was a legendary gunslinger around these parts. Why not? Because you're a government, a soldier. Watch it, woman. I'll buffalo you. Shut up now. Now start talking again and tell me how. I was a part of a covert mission for the Army during the Alamo War when I was 16. I built a bit of a rep south of the border. So you have been a legend well before I met you? Before I even became one? Yes. I sense a bit of a power dynamic shift in our parents' relationship, fellas. Notably. Yeah, I don't care. I got more bounties for you guys. You're going to need Bianca for this one, too. Who's the bounty? Mirabella Alva, La Viuda Negra. Something like that. Whatever. She's wanted for murder. 3 poor bastards she's counted, then subsequently killed. You can find her in Torres del Rey. Okay. Moose, you're paying for our supply on this run.
What? All right.
Not like you can't afford it. And that was episode 142.
You didn't have to throw that snarky little remark at the end. Watch your mouth, mister.
You know, continuity. If you watched last week's episode, you get it. However, like and subscribe to us on YouTube and Facebook, unrespectively, backwards, with all due respect. And we are off this.
We out.